Hi, I'm Nick from Tabletop Duo, and today you will learn how to play Uno Party. Setup. Remove the direction tracker and link cards, choose a dealer, shuffle the cards and deal 7 cards to each player. Place the remainder of the deck face down in the center of play to form the draw pile. Place the direction tracker card in the center of play with its clockwise arrow face up. Flip over the top card and place it face up to form the discard pile. If the card is an action card, draw until it's a number card. And now you're ready to learn how to play. The object of the game is to be the first player to get rid of all the cards in your hands. The player to the left of the dealer goes first. On your turn, you must match a card from your hand to the card on top of the discard pile, either by number, color, or action card symbol. If you don't have a card that matches the one on the discard pile, you must draw a card. Note that if the card you drawn can be played, play it. Then play moves to the next player to your left. Let's learn about the action cards. If you play a draw 2 card, the next player must draw 2 cards. If you play a skip card, the next player in order loses their turn. The reverse card reverses the direction of play. When the order is reversed, flip the direction tracker card to indicate the new direction of play. The point taken card can be played on a card of the same color, and when played, do a 3, 2, 1 countdown. On 1, all players point at one other player. Count how many fingers are pointing at each player, and the players must draw as many cards as there are players pointing at them, up to 5 cards per player. Wild cards can be played on any color, and the player who played it gets to choose the next color. When the wild draw 4 card is played, the player who played it gets to choose the color that continues play. Then the next player must draw 4 cards and lose their turn. However, a player may only play this card when they do not have another card in hand that matches the color on the discard pile. Players can bluff and play it even if the rule is not respected, but if another player challenges the play, the challenged player must show their hand. If the challenged player is innocent, the player that challenged him must draw 6 cards. If challenged player is guilty, they must draw 4 cards. When you play a wild pile up card, take the top card from the draw pile and place it in front of you. The next player must play a card of the same color on top of that card and pass this mini pile to the next player, and so on. Whenever a player can't play a card, that player gets the whole mini pile, and play continues to the next player in the current order. Note that you can use wild cards to match the color, but you cannot change the color of the pile. When you play a wild drawn together card, select 2 players and place a link card in front of both, choosing the color that continues play. Every time one linked player draws a card, the other must draw the same amount. If this card is played again, you must choose 2 new players. The link ends when a point taken card is played. When a player plays their next to last card, they must say Uno to indicate they have 1 card left. If they don't say Uno, and they are caught before the next player begins their turn, they must draw 2 cards. The first player to get rid of all of their cards wins. And that's how you play Uno Party. If you like Uno, check these other tutorials on screen. Uno has a lot of fun variations. See you next time!